Is the United States being baited into a catastrophic conflict that we didn't even choose to fight? A high-ranking security official is now blowing the whistle, claiming that our current military posture in the Middle East isn't just risky, it's handing Iran exactly what they want on a silver platter. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss our deep dives into the stories the mainstream media often overlooks. The situation in the Strait of Hormuz is rapidly escalating, and the latest reports from US Central Command paint a picture of a region on the brink. Just recently, Iranian forces launched a ballistic missile toward Kuwait, a move that was intercepted only by the skin of their teeth. This followed a brazen attempt to swarm the area with one-way attack drones. While our forces successfully neutralized these threats, preventing a sixth launch in the process, the fact remains, we are dodging bullets in a region where our presence has become a strategic liability. Joe Kent, the former director of the National Counterterrorism Center, has broken his silence on this. He resigned from his post earlier this year specifically because he fundamentally opposed the direction of the U.S. war policy against Iran. Now, he's issuing a stark warning. Kent argues that by keeping our military assets within easy reach of the Iranian regime, we are essentially making ourselves a sitting duck. He points out that this status quo forces the United States to fight on Iran's terms, where they have the home field advantage and the ability to dictate when and where the next strike occurs. His assessment is bold. He believes that our forward-deployed bases, which were once intended to project power and stability, have transformed into easy-to-hit targets that Iran can exploit whenever they need to provoke a reaction. Kent has gone so far as to claim that previous military operations, such as Operation Midnight Hammer and Operation Epic Fury, have already proven that the U.S. has the capability to strike deep into Iran from thousands of miles away without needing a single base in the immediate vicinity. In his view, continuing to keep thousands of soldiers in the crosshairs of the Iranian military isn't about defense anymore, it's about providing a convenient target that keeps us tethered to a conflict we don't need to be in. This brings up a massive question for the future of American foreign policy. If we are capable of conducting precise strikes from afar, why are we risking our military readiness and the lives of our personnel by maintaining these vulnerable bases? Critics of this withdrawal strategy argue that a retreat would signal weakness and allow Iran to project influence across the region, potentially sparking a wider collapse. However, proponents, including Kent, argue that the liability of these bases is what actually invites aggression. If we remove the target, do we remove the incentive for Iran to keep poking the bear? The reality is that we are in an era of asymmetric warfare where the rules have changed. The old playbook of massive base footprints and regional outposts is being challenged by high-tech, low-cost drone threats and long-range ballistic missile capabilities. As the regime in Tehran insists on pushing its uranium enrichment programs to the edge, labeling them a red line in any future talks, the friction between our forces and theirs is only going to get tighter. What this means for the average American is a potential for a long, drawn-out entanglement in a region that has already cost the nation enough. If we are dragged into a larger war, it won't be because we weren't prepared, it will be because we placed ourselves in a position where we had no other choice. So, what do you think about this? Do you agree with Joe Kent that we should pull our forces back to neutralize Iran's ability to target us, or would a withdrawal leave our allies and our national interests totally exposed to Iranian expansion? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to know where you stand on this critical issue. The clock is ticking on these tensions, and as the situation develops, we will be here to break it down. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for our next report as we continue to track the reality behind the headlines.